going on, guys? It's ASAP Flash here, and I'm here with another video for you called Stranger Things. Seeing the second episode of the second season titled um, Trick or Treat Freaks. It took me a while to actually think about it. Sometimes I forget the name of the episode, even though it's at the top of the screen. I just whatever. That's not important. What important is the episode itself. And although it didn't really feel like necessarily a lot of stuff happened, it's more or less a rehash of of what happened in the first episode, more or less. It is interesting that the character dynamic, you know, because in the first season it was like the three boys plus 11, trying to get Will back from the upside down. I was almost gonna call it underground again, although I think underground sounds a lot better than upside down. Just my personal opinion. Anyway, but yeah, this episode was basically like I mean, it kind of took a while for the plot to kick in my opinion, you know. But mainly it was just kind of like a party episode where like Nancy and all those other people were at like a house party, and the boys were just basically trick or treating in their Ghostbusters costume. But the funny thing is that in the beginning of the episode, they thought it was like a going to kind of like a not like a costume party necessarily, but they thought they missed a memo that you don't need to dress up at school. So it turns out they're the only ones that was dressed up. Everybody was just kind of like in normal school clothing, and of course they're made fun of for being geeks. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but people are assholes, and you know they don't want you to have fun because those people are boring. They only like sports and shit. Anyway, that's off topic, I guess. So I just gotta say, like the acting of the kids. I mean, damn, there's some just some amazing ass acting. Not just the actor that plays Will, or not the just the actor that plays 11, but pretty much I think the younger cast really brought home the acting chops, acting dynamics in this episode, and I really like the way how Nancy just kind of like broke down about Barb, how it seemed like she's the only character that actually gives a shit about what happened. And to be fair, to be honest, after she disappeared, like I didn't really pay much attention to her. She just kind of like a one-off character. To me, she kind of felt like a not like a necessarily one-off character necessarily, but it just she didn't really have much of an impact. But apparently, with everybody else online, it seems to have like some kind of where's Barb, justice for Barb, all that shit. So it seems kind of nice that at least one character on the show just kind of uh, wondering where the hell she is. So like pretty much at the end of the episode, after she got shit faced drunk at the party, Harrington, no, not Steve, um, kind of the basically Will's older brother, um, took her home, kind of like put her in bed, kind of like you know maybe not like a boyfriend, but at least someone who cares about her instead of like just. I mean, let's be honest. A Harrington character just kind of a general douchebag. At first, when the first season ended, I was kind of hoping that Nancy would see her shit and kind of like go to um, Wheeler. I think that's the guy's last name. But whatever. Things happen. I guess. Maybe not might like it, but whatever. Anyway, so another good thing about this episode, I like the way it started. Because it felt kind of like a flashback to maybe in the first season, kind of like foreshadow, not really foreshadow necessarily, but just kind of setting up this episode where Mike was being interviewed by the law enforcement, I guess, about the whereabouts of 11, and then he just kind of like shooken up, and then he sees 11 outside the window, just kind of like worried for her and shit, and kind of like springs off on a manhunt, as it were, to look for the character, and basically like throughout the episode, like Mike is really concerned on where she is and shit like that. So, like kind of like going back to what I was saying earlier about how um the character dynamic is kind of the group is kind of split up, and I kind of like it that way. How Lucas and Dustin is like looking after Mad Max and Mike and Will, and it's kind of interesting, to me at least. It's like there's a hip hop producer by Mike Will Made It, and these two characters are named as Mike and Will, so it just seems kind of like they should start form their own little group. I don't know, just kind of like a inside thought to myself. But anyway, I certainly like basically what I'm saying, how the group separated and this it's your own like kind of subgroup, I guess you could say. So that's pretty much it with the episode. Like I'm saying, like there's not really a lot happening in this episode. It's just kind of like uh, uh building off of what happened in the first episode. But I'm definitely stoked for what's gonna happen in the future episode. And as I figured, people have already been done with the second season. But to be fair, like it only had like 9 episodes and compared to 13 episodes or whatever. So this season should like probably be easier to digest, kind of like similar to Defenders. Although, let's be honest, this show has a lot better writing than the Defenders. You know, I mean, Defenders was pretty good, but fucking Danny Rand would kept saying like, "I am Danny Rand, Master of the Fish." I'm like, oh, okay, we got it that you're the Iron Fish. Could you actually do some Iron Fist magic instead of talking about it? Anyway, that's pretty much it with the episode. Comment down below on your favorite characters and who just comment whatever. I'm not really good at the shit. Just comment whatever if you want to comment. Don't. I don't really care. Anyway, so I'm out like the Flash and see you with another video.